Salutations, dear listener, and welcome once more to this humble yet fervent sanctuary of sound and soul. I'm called WordSmith, and today we embark upon What Does Your Love Look Like by Token and Ren. If you find yourself stirred, whether intellectually, emotionally, or somewhere betwixt, I would ask that you do consider offering your support in the most splendidly simple ways. A simple like to affirm, a comment to converse, a share to spread the resonance, and, of course, a subscription to join this ever-growing fellowship of seekers. You may also follow along beyond these walls on Facebook and Instagram, where the dialogue continues its gentle, unceasing cadence. And should you wish to lend further patronage to this creative endeavor, you will find all support options thoughtfully arranged in the description below. Now then, without a further bloody ado, let's dive straight into it. Okay, so Token and Ren, what does your love look like? Text on the screen, we are the products of what we see. Okay, this sounds like it's going to be deep, so let's go.
I'm not right for you, but I'm just what I should be. You try to change me, I try to change you. We never change, do we? What does your love look like? 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 As much as I do want to love you, I feel like we're speaking two different languages. Your house had a gate and mine had instigated, so that's the environment.
Wow.
We feel safer, and you thought it was crazy how long that it took me to tell you I love you. Like that was the weirdest. I only heard Dad say I love you with Mom in the room when he went back to singing his lyrics. So how could you blame me? Cause you always choose to. You always choose to. You want to know where I be at all the time, but that's not what I'm used to. Not what I'm used to. You knew where your dad was at work or he's home when he's taking the load off. Taking the load off. I didn't know where until 1:24 the day I got that phone call. And I let the phone drop. I'm trying to be my best to be a gentleman. I'm trying to learn. I never had the chance. I still look to my manager, but he gon' teach me how to be a rapper before a good man. I grew up afraid to find a letter on mama's dresser telling us goodbye. I'm used to it all, so you don't gotta hold back and cry. But I gotta tell you why. I'm not right for you, but I'm just what I should be. You try to change me, I try to change you. We never change, do we? What does your love look like? What does your love look like? What does your love look like? What does your love look like?
Jeez. That is unbelievably profound. I need to think about that one. Okay, I'm just going to look at the lyrics again, and then we're going to go through the usual Wordsmith stuff where I try to interpret them. But this is so special. Wow. So I'm immediately hooked because there's something quietly devastating and quietly arresting in the way Token arrives upon this track. There's no bombast. There's just measured, almost conversational confidence. His cadence unspools with an easy rhythmic intelligence, each bar landing with assuredness of a craftsman who knows precisely how much weight each syllable must bear. And I'm first inclined to admire the technique, yes. The flow is deft, the structure taut, but very quickly the admiration deepens into something more reverent. For these lyrics especially are not merely written, they feel lived. And what we are witnessing here is a delicate autopsy of love shaped by incompatible emotional dialects. Two souls, each fluent in their own inherited language of affection, yet mutually unintelligible. The chorus that he hit in the first bar, it's deceptively simple. It becomes a philosophical refrain. I'm not right for you, but I'm just what I should be. So that's a paradox that gestures toward the existential notion that we are at once both self-consistent and relationally discordant. And then, with almost disarming candor, Token peels back the epidermis of his upbringing, revealing a childhood marinated in unpredictability and emotional scarcity. And I would think love, as he's conveying it in his world, is not absent but conditional, fragmented, performative. A father whose declarations of love arrive only as echoes within a song. A home where stability is so elusive that even silence feels like a prelude to abandonment. and how he seems to ask us, can one be expected to give what has been scarcely received? And the contrast he draws between his partner's structured, knowable world and his own chaotic uncertainty is not accusation but explanation, a psychological map of why intimacy feels less like refuge and more like unfamiliar terrain. And therein lies the aching brilliance of his section. It is not about the failure to love, but about the inherited architectures that shape how love is expressed, withheld, and misunderstood. So I would say this, so far for me, is a haunting meditation on how two hearts shaped by irreconcilable pasts can yearn deeply for love yet remain tragically fluent in entirely different emotional languages. Okay, I'm going to keep this going. I am very emotionally invested in this song. Wow. Okay, let's keep it going.
What does your love look like? What does your love look like?
I'm not right for you, but I won't get up and leave. Cause I hate the pain that is coloring my veins, that is present in solitary. What does your love look like? Does it look black and white? Is it your kryptonite? Do all your demons get louder at night and the voices get softened when we're intertwined? I've been going to therapy lately, cause the cause and effect made me hate thee. The way that I feel when the loving gets real, cause I just wanna run and escape thee. Pressure that paints me, pressure of safety, pressures of promises that turn to maybes, pressure of bravely moving in the same direction. The pressure been driving me crazy. So my therapist said that these wounds that I kept were created when I was a kid. And just like that, all my thoughts raced back to a Welsh town, 96. My mother was crying, my father was screaming and shouting, denying the sin of deceiving and cheating and lying. The weeds are uprooted, the garden is dying, but still she forgives. This cycle repeats, every night I try to sleep, hearing the screams through concrete, mothering peace, a vision of love, a lesson that fused with the cells in my blood, a lesson that taught me that love ain't enough and that love can be porcelain when times get tough. Flash forward 5 years later, sitting in the passenger seat of my dad's car with my maker. My dad looked shaken, turned to face him, the words that he spoke cutthroat like razor. He said, Ren, sometimes love can be complicated, navigating a world that we co-created. And I've made mistakes, but I will love you daily. And just like that, it's just me, my mum and my sis. The stress left mum disabled for a bit. I grew up fast then, cause I gotta be a new Ren. Strong for my sis and my mum at a loose end. Confused but moving through the confusion. My born new love feels fake like What does your love look like? Does it tell you?
Yeah. That's tough, man. My mind is going at 1,000 miles an hour just listening to the song. I've come across some really deep, profound lyrics on this channel, but this is... Okay, let's take a look at the lyrics. Okay, so Ren enters and he keeps it going. The composition now deepens into something almost surgically introspective, very much like Ren, because where Token offered the architecture of emotional distance, Ren exposes the very circuitry of it. There is a trembling candor here, a confession not merely of incompatibility, but of fear. A fear so deeply sedimented that love itself becomes an adversary rather than a refuge. His admission of therapy is not performative vulnerability, it is a quiet capitulation to the idea that the self as it stands cannot sustain intimacy without first interrogating its own fractures. The imagery that he gives is harrowing, but it's precise. Love rendered as porcelain, and that's exquisitely beautiful yet perilously fragile. It's destined to shatter under the slightest pressure, and what emerges is a devastating psychological thesis. Childhood does not simply inform us, it imprints upon us a blueprint so enduring that even tenderness can feel like theater. When he raps faith like Truman, as though authenticity itself has been irreparably compromised. And this is not merely storytelling. It is the anatomy of inherited trauma where love is both a cure sought and the wound remembered. And it's entwined in a paradox that neither heart on either side seems fully equipped to resolve. Okay. I mean, this song hits very, very different. And I'm grateful that it does. I think this is a subject that needs to be spoken about more. Parents, you have a tremendous responsibility. You really, really do. And yeah, I think I'll talk about that a little bit later. And I hope and pray that you would listen to my sort of closing summary of the song because, yeah, okay. Let's keep it going.
But moving through the confusion, my born new love feels fake like What does your love look like? Does it tear your inside? Does it keep you up at night? My brother. Does it make you feel like a fist in your windpipe? Suffocate the feeling of what love's meant to feel like. Navigating you, but I'm still not quite right. One night stand, make the pain stop one night. One more heart to the blade of my cold night. What does your love look like?
You realize how hard that I work and you told me you feel for me. If I lost all my motivation tomorrow, would you still love me? It's easy to love when I'm up, when I'm down and you leaving. You can't even give me an answer cause you never seen it, and that's why it's hard to believe it. If you need help but I'm too far away, is it over for you? Maybe I'm just not the person for you, even though I still could be the soul for you. Maybe we are meant to be together, but our history got in the way. Your trust issues, my fear issues, too many issues at play. You yell fast, I get quiet, you wanna see more passion. I've seen what real yelling can lead to, so no, I don't have it. I grew up afraid to see holes in a wall in a room that was locked from inside. I promise I'm used to it all. You don't gotta ever hold back and cry, but I gotta tell you why. I'm not right for you, but I'm just what I should be. You try to change me, I try to change you. We never change, do we? What does your love look like? What does your love look like?
Wow.
What does your love look like? What does your love look like?
Whoever Token is, you just created like an absolute masterpiece. If his songs are anything like that, I would love to run down that rabbit hole. Please let me know in the comment section below. There are some lessons, some profoundly deep lessons to be learned from a song like this. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so look, sitting with the song by Token and Ren, what has unfolded for me is not merely a duo, but it's a dialogue between two nervous systems, each shaped by histories that have quietly, almost invisibly defined what love is permitted to feel like. And I think psychologically, the song dwells in the realm of attachment, where one learns, often far too early, that love may arrive entangled with unpredictability, absence, or quiet dread. And so, as adults, we do not simply love, we scan, we brace, we translate affection through the dialect of survival. And then philosophically, it raises a rather unsettling question. And the question is this, right? If love is, in part, a learned behavior, then what happens when two people arrive having been taught entirely different emotional grammars? The tragedy and the beauty lies in their awareness. They are not blind to their fractures, but no, and yet awareness alone does not dissolve them. From a deeply human vantage point, the song seems to whisper that love cannot thrive on intensity alone. It requires safety, that elusive, unglamorous constancy where one is not merely adored, but understood without the need for translation. And I think there, perhaps, lies the quiet solution the song circles but never quite states. Healing must become an individual responsibility before it can be a shared refuge. Therapy, reflection, and the courageous unlearning of inherited patterns are not signs of weakness, but acts of profound relational integrity. To love well is not to demand that another person survive your storms, nor to weather theirs indefinitely, but to ask gently, honestly, whether both of you are willing to build something steadier than what you were given. Because ultimately, folks, the question, what does your love look like, is not just directed outward. It is a mirror turned inward, asking whether the love we offer is shaped by fear or by the quiet, deliberate work of becoming whole. Anyway, that was deeper than I expected, and I wanted to keep it short. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, do be kind, do be gentle, do be respectful to one another, and help each other out when you can. And I'll see you lot in the next video. Take care. Cheers.